Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to react to the Week 3 NFL game between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I'll be going through kind of reacting to this game. I'm going to say straight up front, this game was putrid, horrific, horrendous, god-awful, bad, terrible, every single word I can think of. This was one of those games where I thought everybody thought, oh, this is going to be a game we're going to go in there, we're going to beat up the Giants, it's a home game for us, we can go in there, this is a game where we can kind of get our spirits up, kind of like in college, they called it like a tune-up game. This was supposed to be our tune-up game. Little did we know, this was going to be a trap game and we were going to get our asses spanked. Offensive line was trash. They couldn't fucking, they were like Swiss cheese out there. They couldn't stop a cold if they wanted to. The entirety of the offense was bad. Deshaun Watson felt like he had no time to throw the ball, and then times when he did have time to throw the ball, it's like he couldn't even figure out where to throw the ball to because receivers weren't getting open. And then the defense itself, it's like, it felt like the defense played okay, but they played below par, and that's the weird thing. This whole entire team, it just felt like everybody couldn't get on the same page all at once. It felt like we had a sliver of hope, I believe, in the fourth quarter, whenever we went down there and scored the touchdown. After that was like the only moment where this team had hope. The rest of the game, it was putrid. But I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go and get straight into this and kind of react to the game. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, I kind of go through, like I said, just kind of quickly. First off, just kind of give my emotions, and let me tell you, the emotions are bad of kind of how the Browns play from first quarter to the fourth quarter. Then I'll kind of point out some obvious things, like I said, offensive line, offense, special teams. We need to talk about that. And then obviously, like I said, we'll kind of go through the box score and kind of go over some important things. Deshaun Watson, we'll talk about him. We'll talk about the run game. We'll talk about the penalty yards, the sack yards. Good lord, there's a lot we got to get into. So without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, like I said, Giants 21, Browns 15. The best way I could put this performance is it was god-awful from start to finish with a little sprinkle of hope throughout the game. Because I'm going to be straight up with you. When it was 21-7, I was done. I was like, fuck this game. This Browns offense is putrid. The only points and only attempt at being anything relevant we had was on the very first opening kickoff. We thought, holy shit, fumble right there. Then Amari Cooper gets the ball thrown to him from Deshaun Watson. It's already 7-0 with like 14:54 to go. I was like, holy shit, we are going to smoke them. But then it's like all of a sudden, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. They're smoking us. Malik Neighbors turned into prime fucking Odell Beckham Jr. for the Giants in that second quarter. He couldn't be stopped. And like I said, at halftime, I was like, this game's fucking over. Our offense was trash. Our defense couldn't fucking stop a cold. They were constantly letting the Giants just go down the field. We were letting Daniel fucking Jones go down the field. Can you believe that? Daniel Jones, we let do this. And next week, I don't know who the fuck the Giants play, but whoever they play, they're going to fucking probably smoke the Giants, and we're going to be looking at this like, how the fuck could we not take care of him? But these teams are just like making him look like a fucking idiot. But like I said, the fourth quarter, we started to have hope. It looked like we had a chance. We got the touchdown. Going for 2, I thought was stupid. I didn't like the decision. Plus also, the missed field goal beforehand. How the fuck, Dustin Hopkins, what the fuck you doing? If you make that field goal, it's 21 to 21-13. It would have been 21-16. Going for 2 would have been smart then. Then it would have made it 21-18. And then we would only need a field goal going down there. Instead, we were worrying about having to go down to get a touchdown the entire time. But the past is the past, and now we have to live with that. But in the moment, like I said, you make that field goal, it makes things a lot different. But then we have to live in the reality. Browns did not get the score. Then we punted the ball away. Then I believe the Giants ended up having to punt the ball back to us. I had to kind of refresh my memory. As you can see, like I said, we scored the touchdown, we went for 2. Then they had the ball, only 4 plays, and they ended up punting the ball back to us. Then in this drive, this was bullshit. We were driving down this field, and we get into the 44-yard line. We're in field goal, not in field goal range, but we're getting close to field goal range and have life to go down and get a touchdown. And what do? A play that is run probably thousands of times from every quarterback in the NFL with their running backs. Just a simple handoff. And it gets fumbled. Deshaun Watson puts the ball in the belly of Jerome Ford, and he fumbles the fucking ball. He fumbles the ball goes rolling. Somehow, the Giants defender is in the backfield jumping on the ball before Jerome Ford ever even gets to look down and go for the ball. So then you're probably thinking, well, fuck. Okay, but there's 7 minutes to go. Plenty of time. Giants got the ball back. They have 5 plays, and they punt the ball again. So then we get the ball back. What do? We go up the middle, nothing. For 2 yards. Then we go and get a pass to Amari Cooper, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, what have we been doing in the past? We've been doing quarterback sneaks. We tried it. Jameis Winston got absolutely nowhere. He got stood up like a fucking... Kayvon Thibodeau, I think, is the guy who took him out. Yeah, he was like a freight train coming through there. It's like Jameis Winston, he snapped it. He waited for the opening. Kayvon Thibodeau came right on that left side for, I guess, the Browns' left side, and just bull rushed him right out of there. James Winston actually fought to get back to actually still keep it at 4th and 1. And then Deshaun Watson got the ball, and he did absolutely nothing with the ball as well. Now, do I like them going for it right here with the 3 minutes to go? Not exactly. But if they would have gotten it, everybody would have been like, holy shit, smartest thing in the world, good job. But like I said, they turned the ball over. What happens? The Giants get the ball back. Our defense stands up. They play good. And they missed the field goal. In that moment, I think everybody was like, holy shit, we can do this. We have a chance. We have the ball. 38-yard line. We got 3 minutes to go. We can do this, people. We can do this. Now, did we have timeouts? No. We burned our timeouts right here on the Giants drive. We had 2 timeouts left because we burned our timeout whenever we went for the quarterback sneak. We ended up burning our last 2 with a missed field goal. We had a chance right here, but instead, we do nothing with it. And I wouldn't even say nothing. It seemed like Deshaun Watson actually put in the work and was trying to help us get the scores. Or just get downfield, because as you can see, he got to Amari Cooper, got 6 yards. Then he tried to go back to Amari Cooper. Cooper couldn't reach out for the ball. It's okay. 34. Once again, it felt like Amari Cooper was like the guy that was helping us do everything in this game because nobody else could get open. Throw it up to Amari Cooper. He had the ball kind of in reach, but he just couldn't get his hand on. He was like fading back, and then he hit the ground. I think he banged his head off the ground, possibly concussion. I hope to God not. But he comes out of the game, and then what do we do on 4th and 4? It's like almost like a deep in route, like a 15-yard in route, and Cedric Tillman is put on it. He has a chance to catch the ball. This ball is put in the belly. The ball comes in, and it hits him straight here in the fucking chest. His 1 and his 9. It hit him directly in the center. And the corner, it was kind of, he had his hand on his back, and he was going in to reach it. But the ball, his arms were like this. The ball literally came through that arm and hit the side of this arm. You can corral that ball and go to the ground, catch the ball, and get up and go to try to run another play. But instead, the ball bounces off the arm, goes down through, hits the ground, incomplete pass, Browns lose. Now, I want to talk about a few things with this game. Number 1, I want to talk about Daniel Jones. I think it's fucking bullshit that we allowed him to look like a fucking MVP player out there against us. How the fuck do we let that happen? But I will give props. He played good. Daniel Jones, I don't know what the fuck got into him today. Can you never do that again when you play us? Don't just, please stop, because I'm going to be pissed. I swear to God, I'll be pissed if next week, like I said, I don't know who they play, but if he goes out there next week and he is amazing, I'm going to be puzzled. Number 2, there's a debate going around right now with all the Browns fans on Twitter, especially, or X, Deshaun Watson or the offensive line. Who is more to blame for the offense today? Or I guess 3 things. Deshaun Watson, offensive line, or the receivers. Now, the reason I say that is because, number 1, offensive line, like I said, 8 sacks. Is that on Deshaun Watson holding the ball too long, or is that on the offensive line for not protecting him? I'm going to say it's a combination of a few things. Him holding the ball, yes, that is a thing, because he was holding the ball a lot, but then there was times where it kind of went both ways. Sometimes he had to hold the ball a long time because you look at the receivers. Where is he going to throw the ball to? And that, again, can come down to 2 different things. Is the receivers just not getting open where they have routes to get open, but they're not getting open? Or is the coaches not giving them concepts and route trees out there, or just like that, calling the right plays to get them open against what the Giants were doing? Then going back to, like I said, with it, is it Deshaun Watson holding the ball too long, or is it the offensive line? Like I said, Deshaun Watson holding the ball too long, that could be for the receivers, and like I said, that could be 2 different things. But I will say the offensive line was trash. DeJuan Jones, oh my God, don't ever let him see the football field ever again until he loses at least good 20-25 pounds. That man's feet move so slow, I could probably get around faster to block an edge rusher than him. Now, I might not be able to hold my weight, I'm not gonna lie, I might get put on my ass, but if DeJuan Jones had my feet, he'd probably been a pretty good football player. Like, he just can't move, and he's getting bull rushed. James Hudson, even when he was out there, he was getting bull rushed. And then to make it worse, why Taylor got hurt. This offensive line was so banged up, it got to the point where Joel Bitonio, our star left guard, all-pro left guard, was playing left tackle, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing out there, and he actually kind of held his own, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I take that back. There was one play, I forget who, I think it was Thibodeau or somebody, literally just flew right past him and took off, got the sack on Deshaun Watson, and I was like sitting there like, oh my God, this is not going good. But I will say, when it comes to Deshaun Watson getting sacked as many times as he did, that is a combination of coaching, and also sometimes there is times where I have seen on the game where there was receivers open. I believe they're on the very end of the game. I think it was 3rd and 5 or the 4th and 5, whatever it was at the very end of the game, whenever they had the throw to Cedric Tillman. It was either that play or the play right before. I think it was Akins, the tight end, went out for like a screen or like just like a flat route, and Deshaun Watson looked at him and he didn't want to throw it to him, and then he tried to go back somewhere else. Like, there was plenty of times where Deshaun Watson was seeing guys open, even if it was like, oh, well, this isn't really the throw that I'm supposed to make. I'm supposed to make this throw over here. Who fucking cares at this point? Take what's open. Now let's move on to the next thing. Running game, god awful. Now that plays for a few. Now the reason why the run game did not work was a couple of things. One, the New York Giants blitzed the fuck out of us today. It didn't matter if we were throwing the ball or running the ball. They blitzed us. Now the weird thing was, in the first half, they did non-stop blitz. In second half, Third quarter, they kind of did, but then the fourth quarter, they just got away from the blitzing. And I feel like they went back to it there in the last couple drives because they realized, okay, we got to end this game. Let's go back to this. Maybe they were trying to do some mind games on us. I don't know what was going on, but they went back to it, I think, there towards the end because they were getting a lot of pressure. Now, here's something I'm wondering about this offense, which very much confuses me. How is it that the past few years with Deshaun Watson, it's always been kind of up and down, but you looked at the offense and you were like, this offense is good. We just need Deshaun Watson to play better. Now when we watch this offense, it's like everything doesn't work. Like nothing is working with this offense. It's not even just Deshaun Watson that sucks. It's everything. Like I said, receivers can't get open. The offensive line can't block. And that also plays in a part of another thing. Bill Callahan, the great offensive line coach, left us to go join his son Brian Callahan, I believe, the Cincinnati Bengals former offensive coordinator. He became the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, took his dad down there with him to become the Titans offensive line coach. So far, I think the Titans offensive line is kind of mid, but he left us. And look what happens. All he had to do was go from having us as the number one best offensive line to probably, I'm not going to lie, the 32nd best offensive line. Now, another reason why I will say this team did lose this game, we have to capitalize on the turnovers. There were plenty of opportunities where we had chances at turnovers. Martin Emerson Jr. getting fucking mossed, that was bullshit. How do you get mossed, dude? Like, don't cover the best receiver on the other team if you're going to get fucking mossed. And I thought it was funny because I believe in the fourth quarter, that's when they said, okay, Emerson, Newsome, you ain't covering him anymore. Denzel Ward, go cover him. And it was like, after that, Malik Neighbors did absolutely nothing. I swear to God, I think once Denzel Ward started covering him, there was no Malik Neighbors highlights anymore. Plus, then I believe it was the third quarter or the fourth quarter, ball got tipped up, and it was JOK and Denzel Ward both right there for the ball, but they both tried to catch it. Both of them popped the ball, popped the ball kind of out and to go on the ground. And again, a chance for a pick. And that was when the Browns were all the way down at their side of the field where Dan Jones, I think, threw the ball from his own end zone. And I think it was around the 20-yard line. If one of them catches it, you get the ball in your own red zone. And also, the very first drive the Giants had, I think it was the first drive the Giants had, they had the ball. Dan Jones, I think it was a fumble or interception. One of the two. Correct me in the comments. But the ball got, popped out or whatever. And JOK, I think it was an interception. JOK had the ball. He caught it, intercepted. He got pushed down, I think, 20-yard line. But it got called back because you want to know why? Greg Newsome tried to swat the ball out of Dan Jones' hands as he was throwing the ball. And then as he did it, he's in the air because he's jumping to try to swat the ball. And he pushes Daniel Jones in the face. Roughing the passer. Probably the weakest fucking roughing the passer call I've ever seen. I think it's entirely bullshit. Now, real quick, kind of going over the defense. I'm going to say this about the defense. They played their asses off, but they got to get better. They have got to get fucking better. I just can't say it anymore. And when I say get better, I mean third down defense. It felt weird the way they were playing defense. I swear to God, was Joe Woods calling the plays? Because most of this game, they were playing zone coverage. Like, somebody in the comments, somebody do this for me. If you're watching this video still to this point, put in the comments, what was the difference of the spread of zone versus man coverage defense the Browns played in this game? Because I swear to God, it felt like they were running zone nonstop. And with that, they were getting their little 5-yard hitches, running back, halfback, or the halfbacks going out to the flats. It was like nonstop. They got easy completions all game long because, like I said, run zone, receivers found the soft spots, and it was just nonstop completions for Daniel Jones. Plus, also, I can't put all the blame on the defense, or even really any blame on the defense, because like I said, you held them 21 points. In the NFL, with the way how they're trying to make scoring be the big thing these days, that's pretty good to hold a team to only 21 points. And if you look at the way the defense played in the very end of the game, like I said, you held them to 21 points in the first half. That's not good. But then the second half, you shut them out. It's like the defense gave you chances to win this fucking game. The special teams made the field goal kicker from the Giants miss a field goal. You had plenty of chances to win this game. Now, if I had to throw blame at this game of who's kind of the blame for why we lost, is it maybe Jerome Ford and Deshaun Watson fumbling the ball? Was that the big reason, big thing to kind of blame? Is it the coaching not putting these guys in better positions? Was it Deshaun Watson not playing better when he's getting paid all this fucking money? Is it the run game? Is it the receivers? Is it the offensive line? I'm going to just say straight up, it's everything. The right answer is to just say it's everything. Y'all all fucking suck. But the answer I'm going to say is Deshaun Watson definitely has to get better. If I had to go through and give grades, I'm going to give fucking grades. I don't care. I'm going to be a teacher today. Deshaun Watson, I'm going to give you a C+. Not the greatest performance, but you held your own and you were getting sacked a lot. The run game, you get a D+ because it was just god-awful out there. Receiving core, I'm going to say this. They played okay. Like Amari Cooper, he basically got force-fed the ball there towards the end. Jerry Jeudy's got to step up. Elijah Moore, I almost forgot. Elijah Moore had a chance for a touchdown, I think, the second quarter, and I don't know what the fuck went wrong, but that was whenever the Browns missed the field goal because they had Elijah Moore, and I don't know if Deshaun Watson wanted him to go more outside or inside, and Deshaun Watson threw it one of the ways. Elijah Moore went the other way, and they just missed on a free touchdown. Last thing I'm going to say is this. The Browns put on one of the worst performances I've ever seen by a football team. This was one of those performances where I almost wish they were 2-0 going into this game, because if you lost this game, I would be able to say, okay, this is one of those games that you need to put in the rearview mirror and just ignore it. Almost like today, you're going to look at this game, you're going to accept it, and you're going to say, we got our asses fucking kicked by one of the worst football teams in the NFL. This football team ain't going to win more than 3 games all year long, and we are going to be one of those teams with the 3 wins for them. If this Cleveland Browns team wants any chance of playoffs, they need to look in the fucking mirror and realize you have to change. Coaching, blitz more on the fucking defense side of the ball. Look what the Giants were doing. Blitzing. They fucking roundhouse you. And for the Browns offense, change the scheme. So much RPO shotgun when your offensive line can't fucking block. Get under center. Do some play. If they want to blitz galore. Go right ahead. Blitz us all day long. We're going to go play action. Get Deshaun Watson on the move. Do what Dak Prescott did with the Cowboys the first week when he played against us when we were trying to blitz him. He's just getting Dak Prescott. Mike McCarthy, he was getting Dak Prescott on the move, keeping him away from the pressure, making easy completions. That's what they need to do for Deshaun. They're trying to make him be the guy and be like, well, you wanted everything. You want a new offensive coordinator. You want all this, that, and the other thing. They gave Deshaun Watson an offense that he likes. They made everything be for him. And now it ain't working. Now, I don't know if this is just still the team trying to get used to the offense or what it is. But y'all better fucking hurry up if that's the case. And I'm going to be straight up. I am scared to see what it's going to look like whenever Nick Chubb comes back. If I was Nick Chubb, I wouldn't even want to come back. Because if that's the offensive line I'm running behind, Lord have mercy for Nick Chubb. Say a prayer for Nick Chubb's knee, because he's going to need it. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully, guys, they're going to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree, disagree with anything I said? If you are a Browns fan and you want to go ahead and talk about the game, if you, like I said, if you're not a Browns fan, or maybe just you watch the game and you kind of want to leave your input on kind of how you think the game went. If you think this was Deshaun Watson's fault for why they lost, coaching staff, offensive line, receiver, defense, whatever your opinion may be, whenever it comes to why the Browns lost this game, go ahead and leave your complete opinion down in the comment section down below. I've been more than welcome to kind of talk about you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so, and do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified second I post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.